Does anyone else find it so weird that two places can be like fundamentally the same structurally, layout wise and the buildings and such, but being in them compared to the other feels so entirely different? Like the area I live, like the town I live in, compared to the town I go to school in and the town I spend, those certain like school hours when I'm not at school in, are literally identical. They're just terrace streets on terrace streets. But being in one compared to the other feels so different. It's like really weird. And if I'm on the far end of South Bank, where it's not so obvious it's South Bank, beyond the London Eye and everything, yet it's the exact same as being on any canal port in England, in London, any other canal port along the Thames, yet none of them feel exactly the same as being in Camden port. Like, it just is different sensationally and everything. And despite the fact that it is walking through and looking at and being within two absolute identical states, the bricks could be in like totally one for one, but it won't feel the same. And I think that's a really special thing that people can do, that they can have this association with areas that completely overrides the area itself. The area takes on an identity of its own beyond sort of the buildings within it and the placement of it, because of how you deem it and see it and experience it. You live in a house, and then you go to another house that's quite similar to your similar room plan or whatever, similar furniture, but it's not your house, so it can't be emotionally the same way attached to you. So it feels like a paradox to be within. It feels like alternate universe. It feels so far beyond this that it just doesn't compute, which I don't think there's very many things quite similar to that, and similar to the extent of how you can take two almost, if not identical factors, put them in one and then in the other, and have completely different sensational outputs. It's just bizarre. Like, why? Wouldn't having the same stimulus, the same locale seeming, give the same response? Because you're having the same stimulus going to your brain, your eyes are registering the same thing. How can your eyes tell the difference if it's only slight and you're not being too observant? If you're just walking through a street that looks like any other street, how can you tell it's not another street that you observe as something else other than this street? I can't tell you why. I have no clue why, and I don't know if anyone has any clue why. Maybe it's a weird, non-explainable thing. Maybe it's a psychological thing. Maybe it's nothing at all, and I'm overanalyzing this. But it is, to me at least, really odd and really fascinating that I can go from one place to a really similar place and feel no connection between the two, no similar feelings. I can love one place that is no different from another I hate. I can enjoy and feel safe in one that is built exactly and is structured exactly and is full exactly as a place I feel unsafe in. I can go to a green space and think this is lovely. I can go to a different green space and think, well, this is shit. I don't know why, I don't know how, and I don't know what knowing this changes, but I know it happens, and that really makes my head go, what? Because it just doesn't logify, that's not a word. It doesn't make logical sense within itself. It's just not how the brain should work, but it's how the brain should work, which thus pushes out the emphasis of power of brain and more into power of qualia, but that's an entirely different tangent that I will not get into because that's like 3 whole videos worth, and I am rambling like hell. So, yes, place look like place not place feel different.